Hi, this is Ron Darling.
This is Skip Lockwood.
Hi, I'm Ron Swoboda of the 69 New York Mets, and you're listening to MetsMusings with Gary Mack.
Now it's time for some New York Mets baseball talk. Here's Gary Mack bringing you the latest news and analysis from Mets Nation and the world of baseball on another edition of Mets Musings.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Mets Musings. I'm your host, Gary Mack, and we're going to have a short little update here momentarily, but breaking news, the Mets have signed Jimmy Yacabonis to a minor league deal. Yeah, that's the big news of the day. So far, Mets signing a minor league deal. Jimmy Yacabonis, a right-handed pitcher, 8.36 ERA in big leagues in 2022 between the Marlins and the Rays. He threw for Buck Showalter in Baltimore, so New Jersey native. That's why the Mets probably liked him. Showalter liked him in Baltimore, and so he is now a Met, at least on a minor league deal. The Mets acquired right-handed pitchers Elieser Hernandez and Jeff Brigham from the Marlins for pitching prospect Frankie Sanchez, plus a player to be named later. More bullpen candidates and fillers. The Mets also claimed right-handed pitcher William Woods off waivers from the Atlanta Braves. Woods is 23 years old. He made his big league debut with the Braves in 2022, tossing 2 scoreless innings over 2 appearances while striking out 2. Wow. So we'll see how he'll be another candidate to go into the bullpen. The Mets also announced that they have signed 2 pitchers to minor league deals, right-handed Denier Reyes and left-hander Zach Mukenham. Each will be invited to the spring training. The Mets non-tendered Dominic Smith and Sean Reed Foley. We'll see what happens with them. They become free agents, and Smith kind of played his way out of here, so we'll see where he ends up. He could be valuable to some other team. And the winter meetings start Sunday. Yes, they do. And the Mets have some things they have to get accomplished. One thing is, are they going to have to they're going to try to sign Brandon Nimmo and Jacob deGrom, or they're going to have to find alternatives. They've also got to try to sign Chris Bassett. I think that's another guy they want to bring back. They need starting pitching, and those are the guys they want to bring. They need Brandon Nimmo out in center field. Otherwise, they're going to have to look for alternatives. And truly, there isn't a lot of alternatives out there. Kevin Kiermaier is available, but his bat is not anywhere near Brandon Nimmo's bat. And he's slid a little bit defensively in the last few years. The backup plan, of course, would be to move Starling Marte to center field, but at 33, 34 years old, I'm not sure that's a great idea. So I think they're going to have to look somewhere else for at least another outfielder. Rumors have come about Michael Conforto coming back. He could always slide in at right field if you move Marte to center. Or Jeff McNeil could move to right field or left field, and Guillorme would slot into second base, or they could sign somebody else like a Trey Turner, slot him in at second. Who knows? That's a possibility, but will they sign any free agents in this winter meetings? It's yet to be known, but usually there are rumors going around that this could be an active winter meetings for everybody. There's been nothing going on so far in baseball, so something's got to kick it into action. And Aaron Judge has visited some teams. He could be one that signs. And once that happens, the dominoes can start to fall because everything will start to fall in place. Teams will have to scramble around. Like the Yankees, if Judge, for instance, doesn't sign with the Yankees, they're going to have to change their whole offseason plans, and I'm sure they've already got alternatives. The same thing for the Mets. If they do not sign DeGrom, they have talked to Justin Verlander. They have talked to Carlos Rodon. So they have those discussions, and they've at least spoken to these guys, and they have an idea maybe of what they're looking for, and will offers be coming forthcoming. That all could happen in winter meetings, or they could lay some more groundwork with players and agents at the winter meetings. Trades are another thing that could happen, and there is suggestions that there could be some big trades made. The Mets should be checking on everybody, even people that they say aren't available, like a Mike Trout or a Shohei Ohtani. Well, I know the Angels keep saying they're not going to sign, they're not going to trade Ohtani, but hey, you never know. The right deal could do anything. So we'll see if that plays out. They should at least pester them and at least ask again and find out. But there are other guys that are available for trade as well. So this is what they'll have to investigate. So the winter meetings are going to be very exciting this year. Very interesting in that we don't know what they're going to do. And, they need to fill spots. They need to fill the bullpen. I know we just read off a litany of guys that they signed to minor league deals. A lot of that is filler, though. Filler for the minor leagues and, backups for injuries. And hopefully they're hoping that maybe in those 5 or 6 guys that they're bringing in, they might find one, maybe 2 that could stick into the majors and play a part in the bullpen for this year. Again, so far all they have is Edwin Diaz and Drew Smith returning. There are rumors that they would like to bring Ottavino back. They want to bring from the bullpen. And then the starting rotation. Walker left and Bassett left, and DeGrom opted out. So, again, the rumors are they'd like to bring Bassett back, and, of course, they want to bring DeGrom back. But it all depends upon what kind of contracts these guys are looking for. They did bring back Carrasco, so right now the rotation would be McGill, Scherzer, of course, Peterson, and Carrasco. I think they want to have 2 type ace guys at the top of the rotation, so that would mean bringing in a Verlander, a Rodon, or bringing back DeGrom. And again, I think the first selection would be to bring back DeGrom, but it all depends on what he wants. As I said, the contract and how much money and whether he wants to come back. Nimmo has been getting a lot of teams are interested in Nimmo. I'm a little nervous about him coming back because there's just so much interest, and a couple of teams, he's a Wyoming guy. And he could play in Seattle, be closer to home, and that could be a tough. Seattle's very interested in him. That could be a tough draw there. Other teams, the Rays, I believe, are interested in him and maybe willing to throw some money at him. The Rays are also interested in DeGrom, but I don't see them spending that kind of money. I mean, they could pay him, about most of their budget to DeGrom. So we will see. But Atlanta's also interested in DeGrom, and so it's going to be tight, But the Mets, I'm sure, as all teams, as I said, they have to have contingency plans. If they lose DeGrom, they want to try to go after Verlander or Rodon or make a trade for another starter. That's a definite. If they lose Nimmo, they have to have ideas of who they would like to bring in outfielders. It would be nice to bring in they could use a little bit more punch in their lineup, so that would be something they would be looking to bring into. And the starting pitcher in the bullpen has to be rebuilt. Too many guys left, so we'll see. It could make them pay more too. If they want to bring back an Ottavino or someone like that, they might have to pay more to get him to sway him from signing with another team. But that's all to come. And as I said, the big winter meetings, a lot of this stuff happens. And if they don't happen exactly at the winter meetings, then it'll happen after the winter meetings when they, but they'll lay a lot of the groundwork for trades. They'll talk to other clubs. They'll see who's available. If they can swing a deal, they'll swing it right away. The earlier, I think, is the better to get the players adjusted. But keep in mind, Nimmo and a bunch of these guys are represented by Scott Boras. He likes to wait until after the new year. But the players should say, I would think they would want to get settled sooner. So we'll all see. So keep an eye on this week, starting Sunday. Monday and Tuesday will probably be the big days. Now, also this week will be the first MLB draft lottery. Not sure how that's going to work, but how it's weighted, or they figure out who's gonna get it. But this is a change, so we'll see how this is gonna work. And also the Rule 5 draft, and the Mets have they have some slots in their 40-man roster. They could pick up somebody for Rule 5. They pick up a Rule 5. Remember, they have to stay the entire season on the roster. They could pick up somebody from another team. Somebody could pick up somebody from the Mets. One of the interesting guys is Jake Mangum, who had a pretty good year and is very good defensive outfielder, has good speed. I'm surprised the Mets left him, eligible for the Rule 5 draft. I'll be even more surprised if somebody else doesn't take him. I would have kept him, especially with the Nimmo situation, but they exposed him to the draft, so we'll see what happens with Mr. Jake Mangum. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with one or two other pieces of news, and that'll be it for this week's show.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Check out my Facebook group. It's at facebook.com/MetsMusings. Go check it out, and don't forget to call the hotline. It's 516-619-6341. Okay, and we're back, and the Mets have they did a little shaking up of their coaching staff. Nothing earth-shattering, and making a few changes. But the Post is reporting that they have promoted Eric Chavez to bench coach and Jeremy Barnes to hitting coach. I can't say that word, coach. He'll replace Chavez as the hitting coach. Now, Glenn Sherlock, who was the bench coach, is to move to a role where he coaches the team's catches and works to prevent the opposition running game via pitch calling. This is going to be important this year because especially if Francisco Alvarez makes the team, he's going to need some help behind the plate. So Sherlock's going to take over that, and the pitch calling. They had a little trouble last year getting together with some of the pitches. Chris Bassett had a lot of problems, and we thought a lot of it was due to that new system that they used with the voice system, but apparently they don't think so. So Sherlock's going to have a bigger hand in that, and as I said, with Alvarez, that'll be a very important role. And the Mets parted ways with bullpen coach Craig Bjornson in the latest staff shakeup. So Chavez gets a promotion. Jeremy Barnes gets promotion. Sherlock is still there and in a very important role. And Craig Bjornson is no longer with the New York Mets. They let him go. And Major League Baseball has determined that there was no collusion to suppress the market for top free agent Aaron Judge. The league had opened an investigation into the two teams after the MLB Players Association had raised some concerns about an article published by Andy Martino of SNY earlier in the month of November. Martino wrote the Mets were unlikely to pursue Judge in free agency, in part because of a mutual respect between Mets owner Steve Cohen and Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner. The MLB investigated and found no collusion, so that is put to rest. And that's going to put this week's show to rest. I hope you enjoyed it. A little quick update on what's going on. Follow those winter meetings the best you can because they are very, very important this year. And follow us on YouTube, youtube.com/MetsMusings. If you wish to be a part of the show, you can email me at metsmusings@gmail.com, and we'll read your email on the air. And if you'd like to help out the show, you can by go to anchor.fm/MetsMusings or at patreon.com/MetsMusings and leave a little donation for the show. All right, that's going to wrap it up till next time, and we'll probably have one more show after the winter meetings, and then we'll see, maybe one after that, and then we'll take the holidays off and be back in January, but probably two more shows for you to look forward to. And until next time, remember, keep the faith, stay optimistic, and let's go Mets. And I'll see you next time on another edition of Mets Musings.